You've heard the saying that you don't know what you don't know, right? This is the third video in a series on buying new construction that will provide information to reduce your anxiety in the new home buying experience, especially if it's your first rodeo. Today, I'll explain the importance of becoming pre-qualified by a lender leading up to your new home purchase and cover some of the topics related to contracting to purchase. I'll get started right now. Hello, my name is Danny Lee, Texas Realtor with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Premier Properties, the Bayou to Beach Group. I serve Brazoria and Galveston counties all the way from the Bayou City to the beach, and I love working with hometown heroes, educators, veterans, first responders, and healthcare professionals. Jumping right into today's topics, first, let's talk about lender pre-qualification. I've covered in a previous video how almost all builders have preferred lenders with associated incentives, so you might ask, why bother? The reason is that you should know your approximate buying strength before walking into a builder's model home, which means initially working with an outside lender. Why? Because depending upon your assumptions, you might be visiting homes that you can't afford, which could waste a lot of your time. Or you might need to build your credit for a while before shopping. Or maybe you'll find that you're pre-qualified for exactly the price range of the homes that interest you. The point is, until you invest a small amount of time with a lender, you simply don't know what you can and cannot afford. If you then go with the builder's preferred lender, you might ask the question, will this piss off my initial lender? Well, maybe, but most lenders understand how it works with builders where the preferred lenders offer big incentives that they can't match. They also know that they're making a bet by spending time with you, that you might actually purchase a pre-owned home, in which case they'll be able to work with you. Next, let's talk about an earnest money deposit, or as builders typically refer to it, simply the deposit. To lock down the purchase of a new home, the builder will require a deposit, typically between $500 and $2,500. This should be paid in certified funds, meaning a bank cashier's check, also known as a certified bank check, or a money order for smaller amounts of $1,000 or less, or possibly a wire transfer. Personal checks or cash will not be accepted. The purpose of the deposit is to show that you are serious about purchasing the property and is typically only refundable in certain circumstances, usually due to an inability to obtain a mortgage within a certain period of time. This issue of mortgage approval can get tricky with some gray areas, and I'll cover that in a future video. Now, let's talk about the builder's contract. If you've purchased a pre-owned home in the past, then you'll be a bit familiar with the Texas Real Estate Commission's standard promulgated forms. Those are the contract forms that have been created by TREC for use by realtors and consumers, which are well balanced to be fair to both buyer and seller. Builders do not, repeat, not use these TREC forms. Instead, each builder has their own proprietary contract written by their attorneys that are generally one-sided in favor of the builder. Well, let's face it, selling homes is their business, so of course they protect their interests as much as possible. Builders are not willing to modify their contract, so if you do not agree with their terms, your choice will be to find a different builder. Also, since the builder agreements are not standard TREC forms, while your realtor might venture a common sense opinion about what to expect in the proprietary contract, or tell you if something raises a red flag, they are strictly forbidden by state law and TREC regulations of praxis law. So your realtor will not be able to provide a line-by-line interpretation or legal opinion of the proprietary agreement. Let's talk about the myth of negotiating big discounts when buying new construction. Whether you're buying pre-owned or new, it's still a seller's market, so that's not going to happen. Frankly, if you have immediate access to an inventory home without being put on a waiting list, then you're ahead of the game. The builders charge what they want and don't discount right now. Some builders will have some incentives from $3,000 to $10,000, but these are disappearing rapidly. Bottom line, expect to pay the asking price in the current market. However, if you are one of the hometown heroes I mentioned earlier, educators, veterans, first responders, and healthcare professionals, I personally offer an incentive program out of my respect for what you've done for our country or local community. Further, some selected builders have heroes programs as well. For a list of all of these programs, please look for the link in the video description below. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and click the notification bell. If this video had value for you, please like and comment about what you liked or ask questions. I publish new videos every Tuesday.